Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them.
So when I be playing in the towers, the common problem I see with Leo players is that they struggle to get into his Brian Hilder stance. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how you can solve that problem. I want to go about highlighting 5 of his moves that can help with this. You got his DP, his 2D, his 5K, 6P, and his throw. These are 5 moves that you should be using in the neutral, and most importantly, what's going to lead you to getting into his back stance. Just a quick note, anything that I show you with 2D could also be used for DP because they have similar knockdown times. They're going to have the same setups. So if I show you something for 2D, just apply it to DP. Okay, so I want to start off by talking about his 5K. His 5K is important to your strike zone mix-up. It's -1 on block. It has the canceling options to cancel it to 6K, 2D, and it's jump cancelable. And these are going to be important to mixing your opponent up and create some type of mind game. So I want to talk about 2K and 6P. So not the linking options, but a delay 6P. So like if you hit the opponent's guard and then you use 6P, because you're only -1 on block, as long as you have a single frame to throw out the move, you get the invincibility effect. So if they throw out like a 5P or a 2P, what's end up happening if you do a delay 6P, it leaves some time to poke out of it. And what's going to happen is you're going to use your invincibility frames to basically cut into them and steal your turn back. So I mash 5P and I mash 2P. Both of them have a starter frames of 5, and as you see, as long as you have 1 frame, you could cut through them and it'll just beat it out every time. And this is why his 6P is important, because landing 6P is the only safe moves you can use to safely do your cross-up special and go into your Brian Hilder stance. Because you land 6P, hold on, let me take him off of guard. Because you land 6P, you can then go into your Brian Hilder stance. As you see, you got a blue counter number, which means it's not a true combo, but even if your opponent blocks this move, you're still +2 in their face and you're in your Brian Hilder stance, which means you can then mix your opponent up in your back stance. So that's why 6P is important. It's the only move you can use to go in your Brian Hilder stance, and you can use it to cut through a person's counter poke. Okay, so that was the 5K 6P mix up. Like I said, the 6P doesn't have its ways to get punished. You can do a low attack and you can grab out of it. If the opponent starts to do a low attack to counteract your 6P, what you can do in return is you can simply just start grabbing them and they'll beat it out, because you know the grab has the startup frames of 2 and you're only -1, and most low attacks are 7 to 8 frames of startup. So basically you could just counteract them trying to mash out of it. If they do mash grab, the worst is that y'all both clash grab and you just reset it to neutral. But it is ways to punish the grab. That's why 5K to 6K is important, because it works as like a auto frame trap. So if they mash anything out of in between 5K to 6K, they'll get counter hitted. So that's the strike throw mix up. So if they constantly grabbing back after you do your move or throw an attack out, you just start throwing out 5 to 6K, and 5 to 6K, if it counter hits, you go into your Brian Hilder stance. If they're not mashing back, you get the grab and you go in your Brian Hilder stance. If you're trying to cut their turn back and you do 6P and they fall for it, you counter hit, you go into Brian Hilder stance. So basically, this is all help you go into your Brian Hilder stance. The throw, the 6P, the gap between 5K to 6K, counter hit. This is how you mix your opponent up for constantly trying to counter your stuff. This is your most safest option. So you don't want to do it too much, because you don't get nothing off of it if you don't enforce the previous stuff, like grabbing them and throwing out the 6P. This only works once you're in their head and you use all the other options, and they're constantly trying to mash grab and all that stuff. So you want to kind of reserve back on playing it safe and going for the safe option. You only use it when they start disrespecting you. It is another thing you could do out of 5K is jump cancelable. So if they try to attack back, you can get a punish. If you do it fast enough, it's kind of weird timing, but you can cancel the dust attack off a hit and you can get a counter for it, combo for it. So this is the strike throw mix up with Leo. Okay, so let's talk about his 2D and his DP. This is going to be very short because, you know, this is a very simple setup. I like to use these moves in my neutral because landing 2D is an easy way to go into your Brian Hunter stance. One, you can, because it has a large knockdown time, you have enough time to get off a heavy slash projectile, which then you can use his cross-up special and your Brian Hunter stance, and you got a nice mix-up off of that. Or you could just whiff a cross-up special, and then you have the ability to attack first. So those is the two setups for 2D and DP. Like I said, they share the same similar knockdown time, so you can use the same tactics for each other, landing both those moves. Yeah, but that's pretty much all I got for his 2D and his DP. It's not really much you can get off of it, but going into Brian Hunter stance, that's really all you need. But yeah, but that'll be it for today's video. If y'all enjoyed the video, make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. If you got any other video ideas, leave it in the comments, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the dome and just whole team here might need some. Still young, but I move like a